Let's face it, everyone has an opinion on how you should handle your money, but not all advice is created equal. In fact, some of the worst financial advice comes from those who are struggling themselves. Why take tips from someone who's constantly broke, drowning in debt, or living paycheck to paycheck? It's like asking a blind man for directions. You'll just end up lost. The truth is, most people are trained by society to stay broke, following outdated beliefs and making financial missteps that keep them stuck. But it doesn't have to be this way. What if you could sidestep the traps that keep people broke and start thinking like the wealthy do? Imagine flipping the script on everything you've been told about money. No more blindly following the crowd or falling into common pitfalls that drain your wallet. This isn't about rocket science. It's about common sense that's often ignored. You don't need to be a financial genius to build wealth. You just need to avoid the mistakes that most people make, and you're already ahead of the game. In this guide, we'll uncover the top financial traps that keep people broke and, more importantly, show you how to steer clear of them. From avoiding bad advice to outsmarting consumerism, each step you take puts you closer to financial freedom. So, buckle up and get ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about money. Your journey to financial independence starts now. But first, leave your like here and subscribe to our channel. Avoiding financial traps is the foundation of building wealth. It's not about complicating your life with complex schemes. It's about steering clear of common pitfalls. Think about those friends who love to give financial advice, but are always complaining about being broke. Or worse, people who spend a fortune on luxury goods just to impress others, but struggle to pay their bills at the end of the month. Keeping a critical eye and knowing whose advice to trust is essential. As the saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and that applies even more to your financial habits. Look around and pay attention to the spending habits of those who influence you. Often, the ones pushing you to live in the moment or encouraging you to buy that new car might not have your best interests at heart. Instead, surround yourself with people who value saving, investing, and seeking growth opportunities. Think about aligning with individuals who have a mindset of wealth building rather than spending frivolously. It's not just about avoiding poor advice, but also about recognizing where overspending happens, like on impulse buys or status symbols. Next time you're tempted to splurge, ask yourself if it's really adding value to your life or just draining your wallet. It's a subtle shift, but one that paves the way for thinking differently about money. Thinking differently is your secret weapon in the financial game. Most people follow the crowd, doing what everyone else is doing, whether it's buying the latest gadget or chasing the hottest investment trend. But the real winners? They adopt the minority mindset, questioning the popular beliefs and challenging conventional wisdom. Instead of going with the flow, they ask, is this the best move for me? It's like playing chess when everyone else is stuck on checkers. You're always a few steps ahead. Adopting this mindset doesn't mean being a contrarian for the sake of it. It's about making calculated decisions that most people overlook. Take, for example, the idea of buying experiences instead of material things. While others might blow their money on the latest tech, those who think differently might invest in a course or a skill that pays dividends over time. This way, they're not just spending, they're investing in themselves and their future. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't just apply to big financial decisions. It's in the small, everyday choices that add up, like choosing to cook at home rather than eating out every night or saving a bonus instead of spending it immediately. By challenging the majority's habits, you set yourself up for financial success, while others are still wondering where all their money went. This shift in perspective naturally leads you to the next critical piece: being mindful of who you trust with your money. Not all financial advisors are created equal. While many are there to help, some might lack real wealth experience or be more interested in their commissions than in your financial well-being. It's crucial to dig a little deeper before entrusting someone with your hard-earned money. Look for advisors who've walked the walk, not just talk the talk. Ask them about their own investment experiences, and don't be afraid to question their strategies. Remember, just because someone has a title doesn't mean they have your best interests at heart. Imagine sitting down with an advisor who seems more interested in selling you products than genuinely understanding your goals. That's a red flag. A good advisor will prioritize your financial journey, offering guidance that aligns with your aspirations, not their bottom line. For instance, they should be able to explain the why behind their recommendations, using clear examples that make sense for your situation, not just throwing jargon at you. The truth is, you're the CEO of your finances, and every decision needs to serve your vision. Take control, ask tough questions, and don't hesitate to get a second opinion if something doesn't feel right. At the end of the day, your money should work for you, not for someone else's paycheck. Understanding the traps of consumerism is the next step to keeping more of your money where it belongs, in your pocket. The consumerism trap is one of the biggest challenges to personal wealth today. Our entire economy thrives on spending, and everywhere you look, there's an ad telling you why you need the latest gadget, the trendiest outfit, or that must-have accessory. It's like being in a constant battle where the goal is to make you part with your money. While great for businesses, this spending frenzy can quietly sabotage your financial health if you don't take control of your habits. Think about it. How often have you bought something because it was on sale, only to realize you didn't really need it? That's the consumerism trap at work, making you feel like you're saving money when, in reality, you're spending unnecessarily. Breaking free from this cycle starts with mindful choices. Do you really need another pair of sneakers, or would that money be better off invested? The little decisions add up over time and can transform your financial future. The key is not to eliminate spending, but to spend intentionally. Redirect some of that fun money toward investments, education, or experiences that enrich your life rather than clutter your closet. This shift in thinking doesn't mean you can't enjoy your money. It means you're putting it to work in ways that serve your long-term goals. This mindset also plays a crucial role when it comes to understanding the impact of those easy money strategies like stimulus checks that we'll dive into next. Stimulus checks are designed to boost the economy, encouraging people to spend. And while it feels good to have some extra cash in hand, it's easy to fall into the trap of treating it like free money. The reality? This money often ends up being spent on things that bring short-term joy, but do little to improve your long-term financial situation. Instead of blowing it all on the latest electronics or a shopping spree, consider using it as a stepping stone toward your financial goals. Imagine taking that check and using it to start an emergency fund, pay off high-interest debt, or even invest in stocks that align with your financial strategy. It's not as flashy as a new gadget, but these moves create a solid foundation for future stability. For instance, putting that money into an index fund or contributing to a retirement account can turn a one-time government payout into a lasting benefit. It's about flipping the script on what these checks are meant to do: stimulate your personal wealth instead of just the economy. Turning these one-off payments into long-term advantages is what separates those who thrive financially from those who merely get by. So, next time you receive a windfall, think strategically. How can this money work for you rather than just giving you a fleeting thrill? This kind of thinking also helps you steer clear of making emotional investment decisions, which is our next big hurdle to tackle. Emotional investing is a surefire way to derail your financial journey. When emotions take over, whether it's the fear of missing out on a hot stock or panic selling during a market dip, you end up making decisions that can cost you big time. Investing based on hype, like chasing meme stocks or jumping on the latest trend, often leads to losses rather than gains. The key is to keep a cool head and focus on long-term, educated decisions, not the noise of the moment. Take, for example, the frenzy around stocks like GameStop or Dogecoin. While some made quick profits, many more jumped in too late, driven by the buzz rather than sound financial principles. The result? They bought high and sold low, exactly the opposite of what investing should be. A better approach is to invest in companies or funds you believe in for the long haul, like well-established stocks, index funds, or sectors that align with your personal interests and values. It's okay to feel excited or nervous about your investments. That's human nature. But always have a strategy in place that keeps your emotions in check, such as automatic contributions to your investment accounts or a diversified portfolio that spreads risk. By sticking to a plan and avoiding knee-jerk reactions, you set yourself up for consistent growth rather than wild ups and downs. And speaking of traps, those enticing 0% APR deals are another pitfall to watch out for next. 0% APR offers can look like a dream come true. Buy now, pay later, and it won't cost you a penny in interest. But beneath the shiny promise often lie hidden fees, overspending, and financial traps that can catch you off guard. These offers are designed to lure you into making purchases you might not have considered otherwise, encouraging you to spend more than you intended. And if you miss a payment or don't pay off the balance in time, the interest can kick in, wiping out any perceived savings. Consider this. You sign up for a 0% APR credit card to buy that new furniture set, thinking you've made a smart move. But then, life happens, you miss a payment, or you don't clear the balance within the promotional period. Suddenly, you're hit with backdated interest that can skyrocket your debt. It's a wake-up call that what seemed like free money can quickly turn into a costly mistake. The key is to be vigilant. Read the fine print, set reminders for payment deadlines, and only use these offers if you're confident you can pay them off in full. Otherwise, you're better off saving up for big purchases or finding other financing methods that don't rely on tricky terms. And as we navigate these financial waters, it's crucial to plan ahead, especially for those inevitable economic downturns that can shake even the best-laid plans. Economic downturns are part of the financial cycle, inevitable, unpredictable, but manageable if you're prepared. Instead of hoping for the best, it's smarter to plan for the worst by building a financial cushion that allows you to weather any storm. This means having an emergency fund, staying diversified with your investments, and always keeping an eye on opportunities that arise during tough times. Think of it like financial jujitsu, turning the challenges of a downturn into your advantage. For example, when markets are down, it's a chance to buy solid investments at a discount. Instead of panicking and selling off your assets, consider how downturns can be leveraged to grow your wealth in the long term. If you've set aside cash reserves, you're in a prime position to make strategic moves while others are scrambling. It's about staying calm and seeing the big picture, not getting caught up in the immediate noise. This preparation isn't just about investments, it's also about mindset. Knowing that downturns will come makes you less likely to be shaken when they do. You won't be the one rushing to sell everything. You'll be the one buying when prices are low, waiting for the market to recover. And with inflation constantly chipping away at your savings, it's not just about stashing cash. It's about putting that money to work effectively, which leads us directly to the next crucial topic. Saving money is essential, but saving alone isn't enough, especially when inflation is silently eating away at your hard-earned cash. Inflation works like a slow leak in your financial boat. While your savings might look substantial on paper, their actual purchasing power dwindles over time. That's why it's crucial to not only save, but also invest in ways that outpace inflation. It's about turning your money into an active participant in your wealth-building journey, rather than letting it sit idle. Imagine you're putting your money into a basic savings account with a low interest rate, thinking you're playing it safe. However, if inflation is running at 3 to 4% and your savings are only earning 1%, you're effectively losing money. The solution? Look into investments like index funds, real estate, or even Series I savings bonds that are designed to keep pace with inflation. It's about protecting your future self from the eroding effects of time. The trick is to find a balance between liquidity and growth, having enough accessible cash for emergencies, but also enough invested to keep your money working for you. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that hoarding cash is a secure plan. It's not just about saving. It's about strategic investing that guards against inflation's bite. And speaking of safeguarding your finances, our next focus is on avoiding high-risk schemes that can jeopardize all your careful planning. High-risk investment schemes can be tempting, especially when they promise big returns with little effort. But the truth is, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Investing in speculative assets like meme stocks, cryptocurrency fads, or can't-miss opportunities without proper research can lead to significant losses. It's like walking a financial tightrope without a safety net. One misstep, and you could lose everything. The key is to educate yourself and understand the risks before diving in. Take the example of speculative crypto coins that pop up out of nowhere, hyped on social media, and pushed by influencers. Many have lost fortunes chasing these get-rich-quick schemes, only to see their investments evaporate when the bubble bursts. A more grounded approach would be to stick to tried-and-true investments like blue-chip stocks, diversified mutual funds, or real estate, areas where you can assess risk more clearly and make informed decisions. Avoiding high-risk schemes doesn't mean avoiding risk altogether. It's about knowing what kind of risk you're willing to take. Smart investors don't gamble. They make calculated bets based on solid information. This approach not only protects your hard-earned money, but also allows you to grow it steadily over time. And with all this knowledge under your belt, it's time to put these principles into action and start making choices that set you up for lasting success. So, now that you've uncovered the traps that keep so many people financially stuck, what's your next move? Are you going to keep doing what everyone else does, or will you start making smarter, more intentional choices with your money? Remember, building wealth isn't just about making more. It's about avoiding the pitfalls that drain your finances. It's time to question the advice you've been following, ditch the habits that hold you back, and take control of your financial future. Ask yourself, what's one thing you can change today that will set you on the path to financial freedom? Maybe it's saying no to impulse buys, finding a mentor who truly understands wealth, or finally starting that emergency fund you've been putting off. The smallest steps can lead to the biggest changes when done consistently. Don't let the noise of broke advice drown out your potential for success. If you're ready to rewrite your financial story, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Let's keep learning, growing, and smashing these financial myths together. Your wealth journey is just getting started, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.